probably will want to supplement your answer there. But thank you very much. And Senator Reid, you're now recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, the Air Force is one of the most highly technical services and the Space Force together. And you have a workforce that is very talented and critical. The proposed reductions in the civilian workforce of the Department of Defense, are you anticipating losses, and will you be tracking those losses? Because you have people working for you that could walk out the door the next day and get a substantial job, and all these early retirements, et cetera, are complicating it. Your comments, please.
Yes, Senator, we are watching it, and yes, we do expect to lose personnel. We already are. And just to reiterate your comments, that the technical skill base that the Air Force requires is always competitive, right? That is a very competitive skill base. That's why I think recruiting and retention activities, which I intend to focus quite a bit of my time on, are going to be critical going forward. Because it is a rapidly evolving environment, and we have to make sure we're recruiting the right talent. In the end, it's prioritization. Over my career, we've gone through a number of these ups and downs with respect to personnel. We have to prioritize and then make sure how we're doing our recruiting and retention and bringing on the new people are focused on the areas of priority and the skill sets we need.
General Saltzman, again, you have a highly technical force, particularly with a significant number of civilians. Have you seen retirements and people leaving because they're uncertain of the climate?
We've certainly seen people leaving. A combination of incentives, deferred retirement program, resignation program, and others. We also were in a hiring freeze for some time. We were in a period of managed growth, and so there was a deficit when we were trying to get to a larger civilian workforce, and we were asked to stop and then offer some to resign early. Total reductions have been almost 14% of our civilian workforce inside the Space Force. Part of that is a result of having smaller numbers, and so, small numbers more drastically affect our percentages. But we understand the desire to reduce the civilian workforce. It's just having a little bit of an outsized impact on the Space Force.
Well, I would ask all of you, if you in a particular agency see a point where the civilian workforce is essentially reached the point of breaking, if you will, please, must alert us to that, because again, we're not going to do all these great scientific and developmental and modernization issues without these critical workers. General Saltzman, in your publication, United States Space Force Warfighting, A Framework for Planning, you lay out the very sophisticated offensive and defensive weapon systems that you need in the future. But do you agree that these systems should be the property of the Space Force, a Title X Armed Force, or because there's been some discussion of leasing pieces of equipment and things like that, so you would have, and perhaps a civilian-owned system in a kill chain, which raises some serious issues.
Yes, sir. We take very seriously our Title X responsibilities to wield military force. We believe those should be government systems, and we're actively going through an assessment process to determine precisely what are inherently governmental, inherently military functions that we would not want to contract out as commercial services. There's some fine lines there between the data that you use and how that data is acquired, and then how it's used in terms of targeting, et cetera. But we're trying to be very, very precise so that we retain governmental control for those things in the kill chain.
Thank you. General Alvin, could you estimate how much in cost facilities you have that you don't need and that you have to maintain? How much is that a year? Do you guess?
Senator Short, as far as the volume, we estimate we have at about 23% excess vertical infrastructure, so actually buildings and structure, about 60% excess horizontal. So overall, the dollar value is about 30%. Our estimate, our rough estimate, is it costs us an additional maybe $1.5 billion a year just to be able to maintain that. And so that was sort of the source of my, I guess, ill-delivered issue on that. I'm not lamenting the Senate's very strong interest in making sure our airmen have a place to work and live that makes sense. It's the excess that we don't need, and it doesn't, I think there's probably some innovative solutions we can work on together, and I would love to see that at the enterprise level.
Well, thank you very much. I think you're right. I think we have to look at an innovative way to reduce these facilities, lower your costs, free up $1.5 billion perhaps in the Air Force, and put it back into quality of life or into systems. Thank you, gentlemen.
General Alvin, you can allow for that excess and still comply